So guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to my Team of the Week 7 preview. Now just like last week, I'll quickly explain this series for those who are new to the channel or for those who haven't seen this kind of video before. In these videos on Saturday nights, I go through all of the games played on Saturday in the top 5 leagues and I pick out players who potentially could get an inform in the upcoming Team of the Week. Now I will point out once more, this isn't my Team of the Week predictions. My full Team of the Week prediction video will be out on Sunday night like it always is, so look out for that tomorrow. So now you know how this video series works, we can get into things. But just before we do, in the comments below, let me know who you think could potentially feature in the upcoming Team of the Week. Who do you think will get an inform? Drop a like on the video if you enjoy this kind of content. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's get into things. We're going to start in the Premier League. Okay, so there were 6 games in the PL today, so there is plenty of action to talk about. We'll start at Anfield, where Liverpool hosted Cardiff. And it's fair to say, the game didn't go too well for Cardiff. They ended up shipping in a few goals, and ultimately ended up on the wrong side of a 4-1 scoreline. Salah scored the opening goal in this match, and then later in the game, he picked up 2 assists, so a goal and 2 assists for Salah. Also in this game, Mane scored a brace, so we could be seeing either Mane or Salah in the upcoming Team of the Week. I'd actually like to see an inform Mane, so will 2 goals be enough for him? We'll have to wait and see. I think he's got a pretty good chance. Watford were at home to Huddersfield and scored 3 goals to claim 3 Premier League points. The game ended 3-0 with goals coming from Pereira, Capoue and Isaac Success. Now, I don't think any of them will get an inform for just 1 goal, but I think Ben Foster could potentially get an inform after making 7 saves and keeping a clean sheet. Brighton beat Wolves 1-0 with the only goal coming via Glenn Murray. The assist was from Bruno, but it's unlikely we'll see an inform come from this match. But I will say, congrats to Glenn Murray on scoring 100 goals for Brighton. That is a pretty big accomplishment. Anyway, moving on, Bournemouth were away to Fulham this week, but they didn't perform as if they were the away side. Bournemouth ended up winning and scored 3 times. 2 goals came from Callum Wilson, one of them was a penalty. Ryan Fraser in this game picked up 2 assists. With Fraser already having an inform, I don't see him featuring in the upcoming Team of the Week, but Callum Wilson with a brace could get an inform. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. I don't think he will get it for 2 goals, but you never know. Southampton versus Newcastle ended 0-0. So, yeah, as you can imagine, I'm not expecting to see any special cards come from that game. Leicester against West Ham was the last Premier League game to be played on Saturday, and the game ended in a 1-1 draw. Balbuena was minutes away from getting an inform after putting his side 1-0 up, and they led until injury time, and then Leicester equalised. Ndidi was the goal scorer. Anyway, that's the Premier League done. Now let's move on to Germany and let's chat about the Bundesliga. We'll begin in Dusseldorf. Sadly for the home side, this game ended Fortuna Dusseldorf 0, Wolfsburg 3. In this game, there were 3 different goal scorers, and unless one of them receives a really high match rating from kicker, I don't see an inform coming from this match. Bayern Munich picked up an away win, and they beat Mainz 2-1. In this game, their goals came from Thiago and Leon Goretzka. Now, Thiago got a pretty high match rating and the game-winning goal, so maybe an inform Thiago could happen. But Goretzka could also get the inform. He scored the opener, and EA do tend to favour players who have one-to-watch cards when selecting informs, so maybe Goretzka will feature in the upcoming Team of the Week. Right now, I think it's a bit unlikely, but you never know. Augsburg beat Hanover 2-1. Rani Khedira, the centre-back, got the match-sealing goal, so he could have a shot at getting an inform if there aren't too many defensive candidates this week. Dortmund remained unbeaten in the Bundesliga after a game with Hertha Berlin ended in a 2-2 draw. In this game, the inform Jadon Sancho picked up 2 goals. Jadon Sancho right now is the definition of an inform player, so he maybe could be in line to get an inform. If Dortmund won the game, I'd say that he has a really good chance of being in the Team of the Week, but since they ended up drawing, I'm quite unsure. The final game in the Bundesliga on Saturday was Hoffenheim against Stuttgart, and Hoffenheim won 4-0. Former Inter Milan striker Belfodil scored twice and got a very good match rating. Brunet got a goal and an assist, so one of them 2 could feature in the upcoming Team of the Week. That's the Bundesliga covered. Now we head to Spain to talk about La Liga. Girona beat Rayo Vallecano 2-1. Both goals came via Pato, one of which was a penalty. Bilbao and Valencia ended up in a 0-0 draw. Kondogbia got a decent match rating, but I just don't see him getting an inform for that. Celta Vigo picked up all 3 points after putting 4 goals past Eibar. In this game, their winger Mendes got a goal and an assist, but it's Aspas who will be getting a special card this week after he scored a hat-trick. So, yeah, definitely expect to see inform Aspas this week. Levante beat Leganés 2-0 with goals coming from Marti and Roshina, the latter of which got a very good match rating and, depending on other midfield candidates, could feature in the upcoming Team of the Week, but I do think it's unlikely. Atletico Madrid were at home to Real Sociedad and ended up winning the game. Godin scored just before half-time and Felipe Luis scored in the second half. With 2 defenders scoring and Atletico keeping the clean sheet, I feel confident in saying that one of these 2 defenders will get an inform. But will it be Godin or will it be Felipe Luis? I'm thinking Godin. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Okay, up next is the Serie A. There's only 3 games to chat about from the Italian league, so yeah, this one will be pretty quick. Atalanta beat Parma 3-0, and 2 of them goals came from centre-backs. Palomino scored 1 and Mancini scored the other. Mancini also picked up an assist, so with that centre-back getting a goal, an assist and a clean sheet, I'd imagine it's pretty likely that he'll get an inform this week. Juventus were away to Empoli and they were actually losing 1-0. Until Ronaldo stepped up. CR7 picked up 2 goals in 16 minutes to give Juventus the win. Now let's be honest, as nice as an inform Ronaldo would be, is he really going to get an inform for 2 goals? Probably not, but it is worth looking at because it could happen, it could happen. In the comments below, do you think we get an inform Ronaldo this week, yes or no? The third and final game in the Serie A on Saturday was between Torino and Fiorentina. That game ended 1-1. So yeah, I don't think we'll get an inform from that match. 6 games were played in Ligue 1 today, and the first French League game featured Angers and Lyon. Lyon ended up winning the game 2-1. In that match, Depay got a goal and an assist. Could that be enough to see him get an inform? Maybe. It maybe well could be, but I don't think it will. I don't think we'll see an inform Depay this week. Nantes beat Amiens 2-1. Salah and Bachelier got the goals. Bachelier also got an assist and a decent match rating, so he could maybe potentially get an inform. Montpellier won away at Toulouse. The game ended 3-0 and the goals came from Delort, Laborde and Sambia. Once again, I don't see an inform coming from this match unless L'Équipe gives one of them a high match rating. If L'Équipe gives one of them players a high match rating, then potentially they could feature in the upcoming Team of the Week. Monaco drew 2-2 with Dijon, and in that match, 3 of the 4 goals were actually scored by defenders, which is, yeah, pretty mad. Just like with the previous match, I don't see an inform coming from that game unless a high rating is given to one of them players. Juan beat Strasbourg 1-0. The goal came from one of their midfielders, but it could actually be their goalkeeper, Johnson, who could be in line to get the inform. I'm not sure if it's Johnson or Johnson. Anyway, the goalkeeper made 4 saves, one of which was a penalty stop, so he could very well feature in the upcoming Team of the Week. The final game in Ligue 1 on Saturday was Lille against Cannes. The game ended 1-0. The goal came from a player called Liao. I don't expect any special cards to come from this match. I might be wrong, but as things stand, I don't expect a inform coming from this game. Okay, so we've looked over all of Saturday's fixtures for the top 5 leagues, and we've identified a bunch of players who could feature in the upcoming Team of the Week. Before we wrap up this video, before we end it, I do have to mention a player from the Chinese Super League who scored a hat-trick today. Mr. Pato. Alexander Pato scored 3 times and got an assist in a 6-2 win for his team today, so he should definitely be getting an inform this week, and he will certainly feature in my full Team of the Week predictions that will come out tomorrow, so do look out for that. Anyway guys, we're coming to the end of the video now. If you could leave a like on this video, that would be muchly appreciated. In the comment section below, let me know your thoughts on the players you've seen in today's video. Also, if you could keep giving me some feedback on this series, that would be absolutely fantastic. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will catch you in the next one.